Hello, happy thinkers. It's Melissa here, and welcome to my channel. I'm the creator of Think Me First and Rock Your Vibe Apparel. So I help you focus on you. So let's get started. Got my new poster here, and I realize it's backwards. So I guess I gotta get it flipped to order another one. But anyways, I'm trying. This is why we do live, because we're all human and we make mistakes. Anyways, let's get started. Today, we're going to be talking about your growth mindset and then 7 powerful ways to master it. Okay, so when we get done with this video, you're going to be well on your way to understanding the difference between the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. And we're going to define what a mindset is. And then we're going to provide 7 characteristics to obtaining a growth mindset. So let me ask you, do you think you can master it? It's what we're going to try and do. What is a mindset? Well, a mindset is it's like an incident of a person's worldview or the philosophy of life. It's how you think about your life or view the world. So that's the definition of a mindset. Now, I'm going to give you a little background story, and many of you have already heard this, but I myself am a person who has always excelled at learning. I've enjoyed, furthering my education. Even to this day, I continue to keep learning. I'm a free thinker. I want to learn as much as I can so I can educate myself. But there was one point in my life when I was not, I was told that I wasn't good enough. And the worst thing is I started believing this. This happened in my prior marriage. I went through a mentally and verbally abusive situation. And for more than 13 years, I went through this. And it caused me to have no self-esteem, lack of self-confidence. I was full of doubt. And at the time, I had a fixed mindset. Again, this lasted for about 13 years, but I'm just giving you this background because even after 13 years, I changed it. Okay. It took me a few more years to figure it out and find my identity, but I was able to go from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So I'm just letting you know, if you're in that situation right now where you have that fixed mindset that you might think, you can change. Okay. When I was an adult, I had to relearn how to find my growth mindset. It's harder sometimes for us adults to do that versus a child, but it can be done. And then when you do that, just again, accept who you were and that you were using a mindset that you're not going to use anymore. And then when you start using this growth mindset, I mean, wow, your confidence is going to boost. You're going to have self-worth. You're going to think highly of yourself. So just make sure that you practice what you preach and you believe in yourself and the abilities, because you can do it. So let's start with the 2 types of mindsets. There's 2, okay? We have the growth mindset, and then we have the fixed mindset. So the growth mindset is the belief that we are in control of our skills. We are capable to develop and improve. We have the capacity to learn and to grow. So our skills are built and we can keep building those, all right? There's no limits. With a growth mindset, you believe change is possible and you know it's necessary. You don't view failures at the like they're the end of the world. Actually, you look at failures and see them as opportunities for further learning. And then you're just comfortable with being vulnerable and taking risks when you have the growth mindset, because you want to enhance your learning. So, you can kind of tell who has a fixed mindset and a growth mindset when you start talking to people. But let's go with the fixed mindset next, and then we can maybe dabble into both of them here in a minute. But with the fixed mindset, it's a little different than the growth mindset. When we have a fixed mindset, we tend to believe that our skills are set. It is what it is. You have what you have. We can't change that. We might be able to a little bit, but the expectations aren't high. We actually believe that we don't have the capacity to change these skills. We think we're born with these skills, okay? Again, what you have is what you have. So those with the fixed mindset just tend to believe that their intelligence and the qualities and their abilities are just already set in stone. And with the fixed mindset, there's this urgency to prove those qualities over and over and over. And here's why: because the main goal is to appear smart and capable and to avoid failure at all costs. So you see the difference with a growth mindset. You view failure as an opportunity, but when you have the fixed mindset, no, you see it as failure. And then if you see failure, then you think that people don't think you're smart or capable. And then when people do fail, they start to see themselves as, incompetent, and then they don't have any self-worth. So the people with the fixed mindset are very overly sensitive to appearing wrong or to being judged. And then again, they lack the self-confidence and they have a lot of self-doubt. So here's just a few stats that I came across, and they were kind of shocking. But the first one was like apathy is the number one challenge in schools today. And I can see that with social media and just, everything is. I posted this post today, and it said it had a cloud here with all these different things going on, and it said mindful, meaning a full mind. And then the dog over here is thinking about a nice scenery because they're going on a walk. And then it says mindful, meaning you're being mindful and aware of your environment. And, when you're inundated with just all kinds of thoughts and everything, it's hard to focus on things in school. And then, your apathy, it just decreases while you're sitting there in school. Many teachers, this is another stat, but many teachers and students are disengaged and there's just lack of enthusiasm. A lot of us are just burned out because there's so much to do and so little time, and we feel like we have to get it all done. Just a lot of overwhelm, whether it's personal or school or work. This one was an interesting one. 92% of adults are not happy or passionate about their jobs. I believe that one. I believe it's pretty high. It could even be higher because a lot of people are just working to stay alive these days. And 1 in 5 children will experience depression before adulthood. Depression is starting to become bigger again. We have a lot of stress in our lives, and depression is just climbing pretty rapidly. And then in America, there's many young people that attempt suicide per day, which is really sad. And again, that has to do with a lot of the social norms and the way society is and treats people these days, the stresses that are created, and we create a lot of them ourselves. So that's why I'm trying to talk about the mindsets, because if you can control your mindset and you have a growth mindset, then hopefully a lot of these, you'll be able to avoid a lot of these things that are happening and instill them in your children or children that you know. So what are the 7 growth mindsets? First, these 7 mindsets that I'm about to present to you, they're based on extensive studies that have been assessed from like some of the most happiest and most successful people in history, and what they all have in common. So we're going to hit those now. So the first one is going to be that everything is possible. And keep in mind, when I give you these 7 mindsets, again, this is all about fulfillment and happiness and success on one's own terms. It's regardless, it just has nothing to do with gender, race, nationality, socioeconomic background. It's just happiness and success in general. Again, number 1, people with a growth mindset think everything is possible. So think about this. This is the understanding that we are all capable of living extraordinary lives. I mean, do you feel that way? Because you should, because again, if we have that growth mindset, we control our own destiny. We learned that everything exists was once an idea until someone believed it was possible and then made it reality. So think about it. Take a look around where you are now. This laptop, my speaker, my light, my desk, my cards, your pencil, your laptop, phone, whatever you're watching on, that was all an idea at one time, right? And then someone had to believe it and then bring it to reality. Everything in life was once someone's idea or something's idea. So embracing this principle will allow you to envision a wonderful life, and then you should expect nothing but greatness and execute this process into making your dreams come true. Number two, the growth mindset. People are very passionate first. So when I say passion first, it's because passion first teaches that we are each a unique person. And then our lives should be focused on finding our unique genius and then sharing it with the world to maximize our possible potential. Again, that's you. Everyone has something to offer, whether you think so or not, whether you have found it or not. Everyone has something authentic to offer to others, good or bad, but we all have something authentic to offer. Um, you those with passion first, you learn to make your dreams authentic, and you practice and you practice and you find fuel to overcome those obstacles that you're going to face along the way. Number three is we are connected. You've heard of the universe, right? UNI means one. We are all connected in one way or another. So when I say this, I'm meaning that learning about connection, it teaches us to understand that everyone who comes into our lives, good or bad, can assist us in living our dreams. We can learn what to do, we can learn what not to do. But everyone who crosses our path is meant to be there and, again, can assist us in our dreams. So when you apply this to the growth mindset, you're going to learn to constantly explore synergies with others, embrace the diversity they offer, relish in competition, only to help you maximize your potential with them and through theirs. Okay. Number four is going to be 100% accountable. Pretty self-explanatory. Being accountable demonstrates that you're not a victim of your past. Your future is not predetermined, and your life is what you choose it to be from this moment forward. Forget the past. It's over with. We have mistakes. We learn, right? Mistakes are failures, and we learn and move on. So when we focus on recognizing fears and excuses, or with the focus on recognizing fears and excuses, this mindset allows us to break down our barriers. Then we free our mind, and then we are able to focus on the energy it takes to accomplish our goals. Number five, an attitude for gratitude. This mindset technique proves that you can choose the positive or the negatives in your life as a foundation on which you want to build your future. If you choose the positives, you're going to be way more extraordinary and head towards success. However, if you choose the negative, you're just going to continue in a downward spiral, and everything is just going to be Groundhog Day. Nothing new. You're just doing the same thing every day. If you go positive route, things are changing, and you're always exploring and taking risks. Okay. Number six is live to give. So when we live to give, that teaches that abundance is in one's life cycle. So to receive love and respect and financial security, one must first learn to give those things. Okay. Then the mindset itself, it teaches us that the greatest gift that you can ever give or to find leverage is your own unique genius to maximize your impact on the world, knowing that the good things will be returned to you in kind. That is live to give. And then finally is number seven, and that is the time is now, meaning be in the present. This mindset shows that all your power exists at this moment, all right? You can't change the past. We talked about this. The future hasn't even happened yet. So the only thing you can do now is to take that purposeful action now in order to create the ultimate life of your dreams, all right? So your growth mindset. How are we going to master that? I'm going to give you some ways to master this mindset. Again, these are just a few that I have done to get the growth mindset going. You might find others, and if you do, please list them in the comments below, because again, we're all here to learn from each other. But these are just a few just to get the juices going. Some may work, some may not. Again, it's all up to you to find what works for you. But the first one would be to acknowledge and embrace your imperfections. We all have them, expect them, run with them, okay? Learn from them. We had said this before, view challenges as opportunities. Take ownership of your attitude. If you have a bad attitude, take ownership of that. Apologize, move forward, all right? Take risks, huge. Again, if you don't want life to be boring and Groundhog Day, then take the risks and move on. Because when you take risks, and when I say risk, it's usually just coming out of your comfort zone. It's not like you're jumping off a cliff or anything. But taking risks means coming out of your comfort zone and doing something you may not be comfortable with. But when you take these risks, they're meant to be. And again, you can use them as opportunities if they were challenges or failures. But when you take these risks, you excel, okay? Set goals. A lot of people will set goals to obtain the success that they want to have with the mindset. Learn from your mistakes. And here's the other one. Learn from others' mistakes, okay? When you watch people, learn from their mistakes. Again, we kind of talked about this, what to do, what not to do. Develop grit. That's a huge one. When you have a growth mindset and you want to be successful, you have to have grit. You have to work hard. And when I say work hard, it doesn't have to be like hard, but you have to do it. You have to start it. You can't just have all these ideas and never pursue them. Okay. Place your effort before talent. Again, when I first started shooting these videos, I was horrible at it, but I knew I had to start doing it. So I gave it the effort. It doesn't mean I was talented at it. Now they're kind of like second nature, but place your effort before talent. Just do it. Stop seeking approval from others. Okay. You are you and you control you. You don't need anyone to approve who you are, where you need to be, what you need to do. You know better yourself than anybody else. So do not seek approval from anyone ever. Receive criticism as a positive thing. And this is a big one. I do have a video on this, by the way. It's constructive criticism. So you can just find that. But this is a big one because a lot of people are not real receptive on criticism. Now, there is criticism with intent to be harmful. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about constructive criticism where people are trying to help you and get better, reach your full potential. Okay. So you're going to be able to see many people out there who have fixed mindsets. A lot of people like to be followers more than leaders. I mean, we don't have that many leaders when you think about it in the whole big scheme of things. And I'm pretty sure that you could probably pick up on who has a fixed mindset just by spending a little bit of time with them. And keep in mind that a fixed mindset is usually developed from a more poor or less than nurturing environment, sadly. If you live in negativity, most likely you're going to have a fixed mindset because that's all there is. I was in one of those environments, but I'm just letting you know, if you are in one of those environments, you don't have to stay that way. You can change. So you can get out of that, and there are opportunities out there waiting for you. Again, you just have to change your mindset. Think positive and believe in yourself. But you have to be the one to make this change for the mindset. Okay, well, that is it. Again, if you have anything else to help others or offer, please drop them in the comments below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It drives our algorithm so more people can see our videos. And then hit the subscribe bar below if you have not done so, and then the notification bell, and you will be notified every time we do upload a video, which is every Wednesday. But as usual, oh, no, I forgot our cards today. Our animal message. So let me hurry up and do that because we're hitting 20 minutes here. Okay, we're going to go with next one, top card. Top card, and it is the Wolverine. Okay, if you live in Ohio, you may not like this card. Oh, well. And if you're in Michigan, I'm sorry. It's just I'm Ohio Buckeye fan. So anyways, Wolverine, you are a lot tougher than you think you are. All right. This is this week's animal message. The Wolverine, you are a lot tougher than you think you are. So know that and believe that because you are worthy. All right, now I will let you guys go. But as usual, thank you for support. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate the Facebook comments, the thumbs up that we get from these videos. Feel free to stop by my shop. I do have a new shop with a lot of new designs on that. You can find my shop and the blog and everything in the description bar below. But anyways, if there's something you want to talk about or you want me to talk about, feel free to drop it in the comments and we will create a WTF video on that. Otherwise, everyone have a good evening and love you guys. Take care.